Um, Hello?
How's it going?
Good enough.
Good, good. Yeah, you said, I guess behind you it says that evolution is a fact. That's
Yep.
that's pretty bold. I mean, how do you know evolution? I guess
The
when I
same
mean
way
people
you know
define
anything.
evolution, you know, evolution is kind of a tricky word. It's the definitions change many times. I assume you mean
Nope.
I assume you mean that we all came from a single cell ancestor. Is that what you're referring to?
All life is related, so all life goes back to the original life form. Yeah. But I didn't come from a single celled thing. My mommy and daddy made me.
Right, but humans did, right? You're an ape.
Yeah. Yep. So are you.
I'm not an ape, but you are.
No,
That's
you are. Yeah. You actually are.
so you're related to mosquitoes, bananas, and
We share
palm
genes with
trees.
them. That's what being related to something means.
So we
And
are
you are an
related
ape, by
to
the way.
trees and flowers and
Yeah, we share
lilies and
genes with them. That's what it means to
mosquitoes
be
and
related to
spiders.
something.
Got it. Okay. And so, what
Do you
observable
do you
evidence
do
do
you
you have for
understand
that?
what it means to be related to something?
I fully understand. I'm not sure you do.
What
Can
does it mean
you?
then?
Well, it just means that you're related to your parent. You're related to your parents. You come from your parents. It doesn't mean
I'm
that we're
related. I'm
related to
related to my
mosquitoes
si-
and
I'm
bananas.
related to my sister, but I didn't come from my sister.
Right, but you share an ancestry, right?
Yeah, and how do you scientifically test that?
Through DNA.
Yep. Do we share DNA with trees? Sure do.
That doesn't mean we're
So
related
by
to
by
trees.
your
Just because we
criteria, we are
have,
related to them.
you know,
By the
just
scientific
just
criteria that you
because
accept, we are related to
just
them.
because we have the same genetic code, like it's the code, the building
Nope,
block of
it's not.
life,
Nope, it's
doesn't
not the
mean that
code.
we're related. You're
It is
taking
absolutely not the
you're
code. You share
taking two
genes
things and
with them.
you're trying to make it mean relatedness when it doesn't mean relatedness.
That's 100% what it means. You're failing to understand. So there are other languages that use the same letters that we do in English, but that doesn't mean that our language comes from them. Now, the DNA between us and trees, it's not just that the trees also have the same nitrogenous bases we do, they have the same genes that we do, which means there are very specific DNA combinations that they have that we also have. That's how you tell that two things are related. Because you and I don't think we wouldn't call ourselves related, although, like in a scientific biological sense, technically we are, but you're not part of my family tree. But you and I have the same DNA, right? You have adenine, guanine, cytosine, and thymine. So do I. But actually, we could tell that we're both humans and related because it's not just that we have the same random assortment of DNA, we have exactly the same sequences of specific parts of our DNA. And that is true for all life on this planet to varying degrees. So, scientifically, it is demonstrable, is provable with no shadow of a doubt that all life on the planet is related.
You're making a leap there. I mean, all music has
No, it's
music
not a leap.
notes. All
Find
music
find a
has
flaw in
musical
the find
notes.
a
That
flaw in
doesn't
the
mean that they're
scientific
related.
steps.
Every computer program has a code behind it. That doesn't mean that the code that they came from each
I
other.
know. I
It's a
specifically
design
told
element.
you how you
So
tell the
why is it?
difference between a
My
random,
question for you is
disconnected sequence
my
of
my
information
question for you
and
is
hyper
how
specific. No, you don't get to ask a question just this second. I told you the difference between a random jumble of sequences of information that every now and then that are made of the same sequences of things, or like have the same building blocks, I should say, versus, hey, the code is exactly the same in these key areas. That's how you can tell it's not just a manner of composition, it's a manner of ancestry, of actual relationship.
Yeah, you're
And this is
assuming that a
known.
creator would use the same building block for all life, which is exactly what we see.
That is
So
post hoc cope that you guys had to come up with after
why is
science
it
proved that your idiotic book is false.
why is it that what evidence do you have that it's not from a common designer?
That's not
Why is
how it
it a
works,
common?
sweetie. You have to have evidence, and you have none. You
You
have
have
post hoc cope.
you have zero evidence that we came
I have
from
nothing but evidence. For
apes and
example,
monkeys
the
and bananas.
entire
Zero evidence for that.
zero
Give
evidence of
me
what?
observable evidence that we came from a single cell ancestor. Go.
We share genes with all life on the planet.
That doesn't mean we
If
came from a single
evolution
cell ancestor.
if
A common
evolution is
designer
true,
would have
that
a
it
common.
has to be. No, nobody has any idea what a common designer does.
Do all cars have wheels? Do they have wires in them? Do they have moving parts? Yes, of course. It's a good design. So yeah,
I've
DNA
already
is a
explained to you
design
that there's a
element.
difference
You
between
have zero
sharing.
evidence otherwise. You could say
You
it all you want. You can believe it. You have
I've
faith.
explained this to you twice already. There's a key difference
You have
between
faith. That's all you
two
have.
things having the same composition and analyzing its composition to tell if one thing came from another thing. But also, you're forgetting the wild category error that living organisms fuck each other and produce other living organisms. How many computers have ever fucked each other and made another computer?
I mean, as far as I know, dogs always have more dogs. Cows always have more cows. Ducks have more ducks.
That's
You
exactly what
can't give me a
evolution would say
single
would happen. It's called
example.
the
You
law of
can't give me a
phylogeny.
single example otherwise.
Congratulations.
You talk to any farmer on the planet, he's always going to tell you whatever he plants in the ground, the seed that he plants is going to be what it grows up to be.
Name one
Pigs
farmer
are
that's
going to
been
turn
alive
into
for
more pigs.
3.7 billion years.
Ah, so that's your magic. Okay. So
No,
you
I
just
don't
need
believe in
time.
magic. You do.
You need time
You
for the
believe
magic
in
to
literal
happen.
magic.
That's what it is. It all comes down to time.
Again, post hoc cope.
So you're saying that animals can do in the past what they can't do today. That's what you believe?
I have no idea what that statement means.
I'm saying that if you take a pig, it's always going to produce more pigs. So
Did you used to be a baby?
why do you think
Or what you still
why do
are,
you
but
think animals of the
did you
past could
use
do things?
did you used to be a baby?
Why are you muting me? You're not willing to engage in a
Did you
conversation?
used to be a baby?
Of course,
When did you how old are you?
in my 30s.
When did you go from being a baby to somebody in your 30s?
30 something years ago.
So 30 something years ago, you went from being a baby to a 30 something year old person.
Yeah, and
And
my
you have
my
and you haven't
parents were a
aged you
baby,
haven't
and their
aged at
parents
all
were a
since then?
baby, and their parents were a baby, and guess what? They're all humans the whole way.
No, the question is, at what point does a baby turn into an adult human?
I mean, they go through puberty. They go, they
Oh,
go
so
through the
there's a bunch of
process.
steps in between?
Yeah, I mean, do
Oh,
you deny
now
that
apply
science
that
or
to your
what?
idiotic question you asked before.
I'm sorry. Are you saying that pigs don't give birth to baby pigs?
Everything always gives birth to something that is the same species as it.
So,
And yet, species change over time.
so
It's
what is
not
your
even hard to
evidence that
grasp.
they change over time? Give me an example of something other than
Sure, all life on
adaptation.
the planet shares genes. If
Okay, that's not
if
evidence. That's
evolution is
assumption.
true, that observation had to come true. Evolution could have been falsified with genetics. Instead, it was proven with genetics.
Just saying DNA isn't proof of evolution. I'm sorry to tell you, it's not.
No, it
It's proof
is.
of a common designer,
No, it isn't
not
proof of
common
a
descent.
designer
You're
because
assuming
nobody
that.
knows what a
You
designer
have zero
does.
observable evidence. Why can't you tell me any observable evidence of
Oh,
something
sure.
turning into something
All
else?
life on the planet shares genes. There.
Why can't we see? Why can't we see evolution on the molecular scale? Why can't we see
You can.
an
It's been observed
invertebrate?
countless times.
Like what? Give me an example.
Sure, antibiotic resistance in bacteria.
Okay, and what did the bacteria
We've
become?
actually seen, we know of de novo genes, genes that have arisen from non-coding regions of DNA.
And what did those bacteria become?
They evolved on the molecular level.
Into
You
what?
demanded evolution on the molecular level. Any
They're still
changes in the
bacteria, aren't
DNA
they?
sequence is evolution on the molecular level.
So they changed it to more bacteria. Got it. Okay, so just like dogs can change into different
You
types
know
of
that you
dogs,
know that
but they're still
bacteria are
dogs, right?
more diverse than humans and plants are?
Great,
You
great
realize that
fact.
they're what's that?
I said that's a great fact. I don't see how that
Yeah,
makes a
okay.
point.
And you can perform a bacterial transformation, which is the equivalent of turning a human into a kind of plant. So there you go.
So you have zero evidence, and you're pointing to
I
magic.
literally just told you that we have bacterial transformations.
And the bacteria stayed bacteria, right?
Yeah, so this
Yes.
is what you're
Okay.
failing to understand.
Exactly.
Saying a bacteria remained a bacteria is like if I gave you an example of a pig turning into a dolphin, would that satisfy your what you think evolution needs to do?
Yeah. I mean, we just need to see. I'm just asking
Okay.
for a body plan change.
So if a pig turned
Show me a
into a
body
dolphin,
plan change.
if a pig turned into a dolphin, it's still an animal. So that's not evolution. Do you see how stupid that argument
That's
is?
not my argument at all.
Yes, it
I'm
is your
asking
argument
for a single
because
body
when
plan
you
change.
say the bacteria remains a
You're
bacteria
strawmanning me.
after a no, it's impossible
You're
to
literally
strawman an
strawmanning
idiot.
me.
Nothing they say, nothing that an idiot says can ever be called a straw man
You literally
because the
have
only
zero
thing you can
evidence. You
do
haven't
with
been able to
idiotic
produce anything.
claims is
You keep
correct
muting
them.
me because you know
So it's
you're
not a straw
losing.
man. Yes, because
You're
I'm
losing this, and
explaining.
you're.
I'm explaining something and you keep talking. You're being a bad boy. So bacteria are more diverse than animals. So when you perform a bacterial transformation, it is as or more, it's actually more radical than a pig turning into a dolphin because pigs and dolphins are both mammals. So a bacterial transformation is the equivalent of the idiotic Pokemon style Pokemon. I can't believe I just said that. Pokemon style evolution that you think would need to be demonstrated in order for it to be true. So even though you came up with the actual, it's a straw man and a goalpost shift. Even though you're the one that came up with it, I can still provide you one, and still you cry.
Bacteria turning into bacteria. That's the best you have. That's literally
An
the best you
animal
have.
turning into an animal, that's the best you can
If
offer
you
for
can
your
show me a
hypothetical
body plan
proof.
change, I'll convert right now. You got me, but you can't do it. Show me a
It
body plan
happens over
change.
long periods of time.
Show me an
Even an idiot would
invertebrate going to a
understand that.
vertebrate. Show me. I mean, you're telling me that millions of
You're
generations.
describing Pokemon.
You're telling me
Evolution
that
does
after
not work like
millions,
Pokemon.
you're not letting me
You're going to
talk because
have
you
to
know
ask a
I'm making
different
good
question.
points. You're telling me that after millions and millions of generations of
Yep.
bacteria, it's still bacteria. That's the best you have.
Yeah, that's like
You
saying,
see how silly
again,
your beliefs are?
what you're
You
saying,
believe in Santa Claus?
is identical to denying the evidence that you're demanding that you see in animals. So you can't levy that criticism. You have to come up with
Do you
something
believe in
else.
Santa Claus too? I mean, how far does this go?
No.
I think you do. I mean, you obviously believe like a.
When I was a kid, I believed in Santa Claus, and
You
then
think a
I did
frog
what
can
you
become a
never did. I
prince?
grew up.
You think a frog can become a prince?
No.
I think you do, given enough time. Yeah, absolutely.
That would still be it would still be an animal. A frog is an animal. A prince is an animal. So that wouldn't even be evolution.
But I
It's
don't
still
want
an
to. I
animal.
don't want to waste my time. Is that the best evidence you have, though? The bacteria turning to bacteria for something you're stating as a fact?
No, all life on the planet shares genes. That's proof of evolution.
That's proof of a common designer. Tell me why
Give
that's
me
not a
an
common
give me an
designer.
example of a God creating something that I can compare to so that we can actually know that this is proof.
Well, where do you think we came from?
The earth.
Okay, and
So
where
you
did that
can't
come
you
from?
can't give even one example. Okay.
So I mean, you believe everything came from nothing. So I mean, that's
No, I
like
don't. That's unironically what you believe
that's
in.
no, that's what you believe. You believe literally
What did God
everything
create the
came from
universe
nothing.
out of?
God spoke it into existence.
What did it come from?
Yeah, it came from nothing. Yeah,
Okay,
we
so
both
you
believe the
believe
same
in
thing.
nothing. Okay.
Yeah, but I have a creator. You don't. So that's why yours
No,
is
you
irrational.
don't.
You think everything came from nothing.
you have stories passed down by illiterate flat earthers and then written down by hacks that spoke different languages and translated and corrupted countless times. That's what you have.
So
You believe in literal magic.
Where did all the material, where did the whole universe, everything come from? I mean,
The universe doesn't come from anything. The universe just exists.
You have zero evidence for that.
Open your fucking eyes. What you're looking at is the universe.
Even if it did, the expansion.
I actually know that the universe exists. I could show it to you. Give me evidence that your God exists.
I just told you, I don't believe everything can come from nothing without a God. You believe it can happen without a God, which is irrational and unscientific.
You have no evidence that anything came from nothing.
Everything that we see that had a beginning had a cause, correct? Or do you know something that has a beginning with no cause?
Yeah, the universe. Tell me
Okay,
what way you can transform zero into a quantity other than zero.
Why do you keep muting me? Are you afraid of the arguments I'm making here?
Do you know how to transform zero into something other than zero?
Argument here?
I don't think it's possible with you.
Well, I'm asking you very simple questions. I don't think you can answer them. The expansion had a beginning, so what caused the expansion? That's my question.
Quantum fluctuations.
And how did that come about?
They're self-caused.
So you believe nothing created everything. That's exactly what I was saying.
No, I just said a quantum fluctuation, dipshit.
Nothing was the creating cause. You're getting upset because you're losing this debate.
That's interesting.
So far, you haven't been able to prove anything other than bacteria turns into bacteria. You believe in Santa Claus and the Tooth Fairy. I mean, that's what it sounds like to me.
Nope.
And you believe everything came from nothing.
No, that's what you believe. What's God made out of?
You literally believe the creating cause.
What's God made out of?
God is uncreated. That's why he's God. That's the definition of
I didn't
God.
ask. I didn't ask what created him. I asked what he's made of.
Spiritual being.
What is the composition of a spirit?
I have no idea. I don't know. I'll find out on you.
Okay, so you don't know anything. So you don't have an alternative idea. Okay.
Yeah, I know what the Bible tells me.
Yeah, so you agree that you have no idea, you have zero evidence.
I have more.
And you never can have any evidence. I'm glad that we agree.
I have plenty of evidence. And
no, you have none because you don't even know if the thing you believe in exists, and you don't know anything about the thing you believe in.
But you think everything came from nothing, which is stupid.
I don't believe that, but you do believe that.
You do believe that. You believe
so
the creating cause was nothing.
Just to be clear, I don't care what you tell me I believe because you're wrong. But what you did say is that it's stupid to believe that that something came from nothing. That is what you believe.
No,
so you have a stupid belief.
I believe God created. You believe nothing created. So you're the stupid
No, you believe it was created from nothing.
God created it from nothing. That's the difference.
Yeah,
you
from nothing. So you have a stupid belief.
You believe nothing created it. That's even stupider. That is.
Do you think that people that believe in? Do you think that people that believe in magic believe in something stupid?
I think if you believe in Santa Claus, I think that's silly. I think that's what you're doing here with this evolution.
I asked you about magic. Do you think that people that believe in magic believe in something that is stupid?
I think you believe in magic, and yeah, it is dumb.
Well, I know that you believe in magic.
You have to have a magician to have magic.
You have two stupid beliefs. One, the universe was created from nothing, and then you try to get around that with God, but that's going to necessitate you believing in magic because that's how God turned the nothingness into the somethingness is through magic. So both of your beliefs are stupid.
I don't think you can have magic without a magician. You believe you can have magic without a magician. So yeah, that is.
I don't believe in magic. Full stop. But you do.
Absolutely do. I mean, that's how do you think we got life from non-life? How do you think we got
chemistry?
How do you think chemistry? Zero evidence for that. What's your evidence for life from non-life?
Literally, the only thing that life does that makes life work is chemistry.
Okay, so how did it happen? What's your evidence? Give me observable evidence, scientific.
Sure. Study biology. Everything is reducible to chemistry.
You don't know.
I just told you chemistry. How did God make the universe?
We have never observed
How did God make the
We have
universe?
never observed life.
How did God make the
We have
universe?
never observed life. You don't want an honest conversation.
Yes, I do want to know
No,
how
you
God
don't.
made the universe.
I just told you he spoke it into existence. That's what the Bible
What
says.
what does that mean? Sounds like you're just saying chemistry.
So,
We have no
you have
evidence.
zero.
We have no evidence of
You don't know how life
speaking.
came about.
We have no evidence of speaking creating universes. Do you realize that?
Why are you muting me?
I need you to acknowledge that we have no evidence of speaking creating universes.
I can't acknowledge that because we have evidence of God. It's all over
You know,
the place.
speaking requires vocal cords, right? So God is corporeal all of a sudden.
Well, we believe in Jesus. So yeah, Jesus is also God. Jesus can speak.
So
God
Jesus was floating around in the nothingness with his whole body sitting there, and then Jesus used vocal cords and made the universe begin existing.
Let me ask you: can you explain the color blue?
No, you're gonna address my question here. Was Jesus floating around in all of the nothingness and then used his vocal cords to say, "Let there be light," and then it happened?
I have no idea. The Bible doesn't give me that information.
Okay, so you have zero evidence. Okay.
I mean, so do you. You have zero evidence yourself.
No, chemistry exists. Even an idiot like you could probably probably come to understand that chemistry is a thing that exists.
The beginning of life. None.
Yeah, there is. It's called chemistry.
You have faith, but that's all you have.
No, we know that chemistry is a thing. You probably don't, but you probably only know like -2 things.
We can't recreate life. Okay, I hate to break it. It's 2026. We can't
recreate your God.
We can't recreate life, and it's 2026.
Can you recreate your God, please?
You're still muting me. Look at this.
Can you recreate your God, please?
Be ashamed of yourself, man.
Can you recreate your God, please?
You're not letting me talk, and you're.
Can you recreate your God,
losing,
please?
So you're just shutting me down now. Got it. Okay.
Can you recreate your God, please?
Are we gonna have a genuine conversation, or are you gonna keep muting me?
No. Can you recreate your God, please?
I mean, if you don't want a genuine argument, then I'll just leave. It's fine.
Okay.
Okay, then I'll just take the win because you couldn't, provide any proof or anything, like you said. So,
do you have any evidence of your God speaking anything?
I just told you. Yeah, we can look at the universe.
No. Okay.
Okay, so you're going to continue meeting me. Got it. Okay.
Yeah, and for some reason you're still here. Daddy issues. He never paid attention to you, so you need a surrogate online dad. I'll be your daddy.
Bacteria to bacteria. That's all you got. Interesting. Okay. Y'all heard it, folks.
Do you want me to pick you up after soccer practice? Oh, it left. Okay. That was interesting. Like in a horrible way. Chat, what time is it? Okay.
Man,
Christopher.
Really angry. You seem quite angry. Are you okay?
You think that I'm angry?
I'm just saying that you use a lot of ad hom attacks, which just made your arguments look less legitimate.
I didn't use a single ad hominem attack. I don't think you even know what ad hominem attacks are.
You talked about being someone's daddy. That was embarrassing.
That's not